Let's welcome now our last panelist, Carlos Barrera, Managing Director of South America at John T. Boyd Company.
Hello? No. Thank you for the time and your invitation. Our plan is to share with you the publication of the Colombian mining pipeline. Just to let you know, this is a publication that was developed jointly by John T. Boyd and Jaime Arteaga and Asociados. The objective of this publication is to have an organized portfolio of the mining projects that are in the development phases of exploration that have not yet reached exploitation, and the idea is to classify and organize the projects based on specific criteria that we have defined. The plan, as you will see, you'll have access to this publication. It's a free publication that intends to promote the mining sector, the ecosystem that surrounds the mining sector, and hopefully later on analyze how the projects are advancing based on mining policy and based on their endeavors to try and reach production. This is a list of some of the supporting companies that have helped us develop this publication. But more importantly, what I'd like to mention is the fact that Colombia has what Alan Broom mentioned before. It's an ecosystem of companies that allow the projects to advance. The advancement is necessary or needs supporting services and products, and they are offered in Colombia widely. Colombia offers an array of companies that are strong suited to support newcomers and established players in the region. Basically, we have supporting companies in the legal aspects, supporting companies in the environmental side. We have, of course, risk analysis companies. We have drillers. We have a lot of a lot of companies that compose that ecosystem. And of course, there's two critical criteria that are required to advance projects. We have a very strong academia, and that holds and supports the advancement of technical capabilities and labor. And additionally, we also have another one, which is the associations and the mining associations that support the advancement of the projects and the establishment and the lobbying required to advance with the within government. The way that we advanced or we prepared this publication, we basically collected, initially we collected the data, the publicly available data, to be able to source and define the number of projects that are available within Colombia. We then defined a methodology to try and establish a series of criteria to try and define where they are and classify the advancements of the projects. We used the FEL methodology, which is front-end loading, and we used it because a lot of the mid and the large-scale miners use this type of methodology to define and to advise whether they want to advance their projects. We then consolidated all the database in the information. We validated with project owners, and we updated the information, and we have a pipeline that is prepared. These are the stages that were organized to be able to define where each project stands. Basically, we have initial exploration, pre-feasibility, feasibility and basic engineering, detailed engineering and construction. So this is all the projects that you would see, that you will see later on, are within those categories. later in future publications, we hope to include additional criteria to be able to advance and identify other projects that may be in, for example, in some kind of advancement that we have not identified yet. The projects, as you may see, we have, initially we identified over 35 projects that were then filtered, and we used a lot of the information of the project owners themselves, and we reached a number of 52 projects in multiple minerals. As you can see, we have everything from silver, gold, copper, met coal, thermal coal. We also have others within emeralds, but basically you'll be able to identify out of those 52 projects, which ones are in each of the minerals. You'll be able to identify the location of those projects regionally, and you'll be able to know in which stage of development the projects are. This is very important to identify, for the identification when investors are looking at the country as a whole. They'd like to understand, because normally they are focused specifically on single minerals. Maybe they want to have a specific focus on which stage of advancement the project is. Some companies just come in and buy projects that are nearing construction. Others like them to be real greenfields. So the identification is critical in terms of the stage, the location, the size of the project, and the investor. This is the mountain or the iceberg base, where you will identify where the projects are. At the base of the mountain, you will see the projects that are in early exploration. As we go through to the top, you'll see the ones that are in construction. Clearly, you see that you have larger number of projects at the bottom of the pyramid, which is logical. Not all of them will make it all the way to the top, and not all of them will make it all the way into production. But the most important thing is that you have a variety of minerals, a variety of sizes. You can identify where, how they are advancing, which mineral they are focused on, or minerals, there could be multiple, who holds the largest sharehold in the company, where is the investment coming from, and in the future we hope to be able to analyze and define and analyze the advancement of the projects. In other words, we hope to have a second picture in 2023, where we will be able to analyze where the project stands compared to the previous years, and analyze if it's stalled or if it advanced. Is it because of the way that they are doing it? So is it they did it specifically, they are just in a better region that will allow them to get the social, environmental licenses, or is it because the public policy within the government allow them to advance specifically better in a single region? So the analysis will come later. We hopefully that is the case, and we'll be able to give you more details as to how the projects are doing and how they are advancing, and it'll be a joint effort. You'll be able to access this publication, as I mentioned, it is a free publication. You'll be able to access it through our websites or through the QR code. And the plan is that hopefully, if there's any projects that we have not identified, please let us know, and we would like to include them for future references. Thank you.